Hello there YouTube, this is Scott Stanos from the Arts of the Garage. Today we're going over how to make a yeast starter so that we get a good fermentation out of our homebrew. If you're wondering how to calculate what size starter you need, look for our video on calculating your yeast starter in the links below. I'm making a 1.5 liter starter, so that will require 1.5 liters of water and 150 grams of DME or dried malt extract. I like to zero out my scale and simply pour and weigh until my scale measures 150 grams. Or close enough. Heat it up to a boil and sanitize your flask. My flask is 5 liters because I usually brew 13 gallons at a time, but a 2-liter flask will probably do you just fine for your typical 5-gallon batch. Sanitizing here with iodophor. Shake it around a couple of times and let it sit. I like to throw in a thermometer probe and set it to 200 degrees to make sure I don't get a boil over, because that really drags out this process if you have to clean that up. Another shake or two on the sanitizing process. And we're officially on boil over watch. Once you have the heat dialed in, let it boil away for 10 minutes. I'll cover the last minute or two to sterilize the lid because that will be in place while I cool my wort. Take it over to the sink and fill it up until the pot just begins to float. Oops. Don't forget to sanitize your stir rod as well. Drain the solution and make sure you catch that stir rod. Once it's empty, tilt your flask and slide your stir rod back in rather than just dropping it into the bottom of your flask. Pour the wort into the flask once it's reached room temp. I first check the sink water with my hand and then feel the side of the pot once it's out of the water. Now, I'm a super genius right here because I never added the yeast. I simply just open the pack and dump it in, even if it's dry yeast. The OG of your starter wort is low enough that the yeast rehydrates without any issue. When I realized my mistake, I didn't film the addition, so use your imagination. Seal the flask off with a small piece of foil and you're ready for the stir plate. Lean the flask to the side as you put it on the stir plate so that the magnet catches your stir rod. It's in the right place if you turn it on and hear the clicking noise from the stir bar. Bar can be stealthy at times. You can also tell by the sudden swirling of the small amounts of trub/yeast that are already in the jar. Adjust your speed to just fast enough where it makes a slight dimple in the center. Cover it up and protect it from UV light and give it 12 to 36 hours. I prefer more towards the 36-hour side of things. Other brewers disagree. That's all there is to it. Add your yeast starter to your brew just like you'd add any vial of yeast to your previous brews, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe because, well, this is good stuff here, and you want more. I'll see you later.